Ladies and gentlemen, doesn't that intro just give you chills? Welcome back to Call of Duty World at War, first released by Treyarch back in 2008, and today we are on the ever-iconic map Verrückt. This map holds a lot of great memories for me. The atmosphere here is just incredible. After coming back to this map, I can see why so many fans are turned off by the idea of the open world Warzone zombies that we have in Modern Warfare 3. There is just something so simple, so nostalgic, and so creepy about a map like Verrückt, as well as the rest of the original zombies maps. The reason why we're back here on World at War today is because we are here to celebrate. It's the 15th anniversary of Verrückt releasing as part of Map Pack 1 in Call of Duty World at War, and therefore it's the 15-year anniversary of the Perk-a-Colas being added to Call of Duty Zombies. The perks themselves were incredibly simple, but they were effective, and they really spiced up the gameplay after having put so much time into Noctur and Toten, which only had a few wall weapons as well as the mystery box. First off here, we have Juggernog, the absolute go of zombies perks. Everybody loves Jug. It gives you more health, you can take more hits, which will help you survive just enough in some of those really tense spots. It's a must-have. Everybody knows Jug, everybody loves Jug, and it was first implemented 15 years ago today in Verrückt. Next up, we have Speed Cola, which was an all-around great perk, but usually it was lower on the priority list for a lot of players. In World at War especially, it doesn't matter how fast you're reloading if those round 10 zombies are double hitting you back to the main menu. Typically, people got Jug first, then they took Speed Cola, though I would argue nowadays, Speed Cola is even further down the list because they ended up buffing a number of perks as well as adding other perks into later Call of Duty Zombie iterations. Next up, there was Double Tap Root Beer, and I've got to say, back in the day, my friends and I really did not care for this perk that much really whatsoever. In World at War, all it did was increase your fire rate, but it also increased your recoil due to the weapon not being able to settle down in between shots. This often made guns really difficult to use, and the extra fire rate meant that you had to have Speed Cola. It was an absolute necessity because you were constantly having to reload. Verrückt did predate Pack-a-Punch, which meant that magazines were set in stone. There was no way to increase their size, so this meant you were burning through all of your ammo incredibly quickly with Double Tap, and it was also making guns way harder to use, which oftentimes meant that a lot of people just forwent even grabbing Double Tap Root Beer. Thankfully, Treyarch saw that Double Tap needed some extra love, and in Black Ops 2, they came out with Double Tap 2, which still increased your fire rate, but also gave you an extra free bullet with every shot that just came out, which effectively doubled your weapon's damage. So therefore, Double Tap Root Beer went from a pretty mediocre perk to being one of the best perks in Call of Duty Zombies. And finally, we have Quick Revive, which was completely useless back in World at War if you played solo like I am here in this video. This perk allowed you to revive your teammates twice as fast, but it did nothing for a solo player until they eventually added that functionality in Black Ops 1. So in World at War, if you're playing solo, you're just wasting points if you're buying that perk. It does absolutely nothing for you, but if you're playing with friends, you can revive them faster. It became an essential perk. All four of these are absolutely iconic. They are the originals, and they are still a staple in Call of Duty Zombies 15 years later, and that is why I wanted to make this quick video here today. The 15-year anniversary of perks being added to COD Zombies. Also, it's a day for people like me to remember back to the good old days of Call of Duty World at War, and also think to myself, my god, it has not already been 15 years since Verrückt came out. My goodness, how old am I? Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you all enjoyed today's video. If you did, consider dropping me a like, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.